Hi everyone, QW here with more Islands of Insight. We're actually closing in on finishing off all our static puzzles. We went back to the Archipelago of Curiosities, took care of a bunch. We're really close to finishing this one, although I'm not looking forward to figuring out the last puzzles there. I think this time I want to head back to the pyramid. We never quite finished it off. There's still a bunch of puzzles in there. So we're going to head that way after I take care of this little guy. Oh! No! Okay, hold on. Let's try that again. We're going to cheat. Alright, pyramid time. So my goal here is to solve... Oh, not that way. My goal here is to solve as many as I can, but I don't want to make a 10-hour episode. So if there's a ton more puzzles... Oh, we never did that one. Then I won't be getting them all. I'm just going to see if I can make some headway. So for instance, there's puzzles within this maze that I never did. So if I can find where they are, we can do them. So we did that one. There's a puzzle there I'd like to hit. All dark regions have area 7. Okay. Well, any addition I make to any of these will make an addition on the opposite side. So if I did this, for instance, we would force that. So this has to be a light cell. That has to come out, which is also going to make these light cells. It's going to make that a light cell, forcing these out. This would also force a problem, so we have to make those light cells. That has to be done like so. So I think this is complete as is. And this is also complete. Hopefully I'm making the right inferences here. This is going to be like so. Well, this can only go one way and that way. I think the only way... No, I can do this. I can do that, but then we'd block that off pretty bad. We can do this. Yep. That one was easier than I thought it would be. How about some other places in here? Oh, this is a dead end. Oh, that's right, because that's where you come in from there. I think I've got to go find a different entrance here if I wish to solve the rest of the puzzles. So let's head in the main way on this here puzzle area. I did that one, yep. Here we go, 1-star puzzle. All dark regions of area 2. We can close those off. Okay, so the A isn't going to go through here, but it can't go through here either, because if A goes through here, it goes through like that. So A is going to come around all this way, and here, so it's got to do this. This is required. Now the B's and C's can't connect to each other. Pretty sure this is all correct. Oh, this can't block off. Yeah, but the A can't connect to the C, so that has to be like that. C's got to be like this. No. No. No! Something's wrong. Alright, where am I messing this one up? Because now I've blocked off the A's. Do it again. Sometimes it's best to just literally start the whole thing over. A can't go through here, it can't go through here. A has to go around. This is non-negotiable. These can't connect. Someone outside's honking their horn. Thank you very much for making the place louder and more annoying to live in. Okay. A can't connect to B or C. That we know. This does have to come out. That's forced. that's forced, that's forced. Let's see. That is, so this is forced so far. This can't be a dark cell because it can't go here, and that has to be, so where's it going to go? So that has to be a light cell. Can this be like this? No. Because then what do we do? So that has to be... Something has gone wrong at a fundamental level here in order for me to get this wrong. It's only a 1-star difficulty as well. It can't go through here. It has to go through here. Can it go through here? It can go through this way. Trouble is now we have this issue. So it probably can't go through the center, because if it goes through the center, then yeah, we have to block it. So it does have to go around the top. So again, like, what is the malfunction here? Could I block things here, maybe? I might be able to block things here. I might be able to block it like this. Yeah, that's where I block it. So it was down here was the problem. Wow. Got baited hard on that one. Oh, that's a dead end as well. How do I get in there? There's another one. Oh, there's a dead end here. ABC, can't connect those. Dark regions of Area 6. Let's see, that's got to come out. Stop it. There we go, that's got to be dark cell because one of these two, which means this is a light cell, right? No, this could be dark cell. Those are like that. C can't escape out this way, so it has to go this way. B can't come through here because A has to come through here at some capacity. A can't go around this way. A has to come down this way. Hold on. Oh, right. White's... What am I doing? White can come through this way. Because it can't come this way. It can come through here. This is acceptable. 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 6, 6. Can this come? This can't come all the way down here, so it has to come only that far. But the other piece, it could also just be both of these. Could this be a wing cell? Maybe. If this were so, we would force this move. Is there any way A does not go here? It can't go there, and it can't go here because it would block that off. So A does in fact have to go here. Which means it is also here. It is not there, maybe? It could do this, but it does have to come through like so. Which means B has to do this, which means this can't be a dark cell or we're in trouble there. So that is in fact how this will go. This does have to connect. This can connect here, but then we would have 2 light cells there, which is bad. So this is what we have here. Okay. This can be a light cell. I don't see any reason why it isn't yet. This C is fine. Connections here. This is a bad cell to do, because then I'd have to, yeah. So that's got to be a light cell. That's a light cell. The B has to come through there, so that's not going to connect to the A. This would make a problem. Yeah. So that's a dark cell. Let's see. We've got to have this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We could have both of those being dark cells. B's got to connect like this. It can still go this way. C would be blocked off. Okay. What do we get from here? Is there any way this is a light cell? No. That's a dark cell. Which means B has to come around this way. 3 or 5. 6. Like so. This could be a dark cell, but this won't connect to here. So I think we have it like this. Yeah, there's the puzzle. Interesting. So is there another way to get to the one I see there? Do I have to leave and come in a different entrance? I think I gotta leave and come in a different entrance to get that one. So let's try to find said entrance. It might be on top of the whole world here. No, it's not that one. Is it this one? No, that just took me back to the place I've already been, I think. Yeah, I've already been here, so that is not the entrance I wanted to go in. Bonk. Could be one of these. Well, that's just fine and dandy. I wonder where that goes. Is it up there? Yeah. That's a nice one. Okay. So I think this takes me all the way around. There we go. That's what I want. All dark regions of Area 5. Well, this has to be a dark region. That has to be a dark region. One of these two has to be a dark region, so at least that one is. Then we have to do this. We can still do that. If we do this, however, we would force these to connect, so that does have to be a light region. So is that. That's dark. That's dark. We can't have both of these? We can. We can't have both of those being light. Where do we go from here? That has to be a dark cell. If this is a light cell like so, we're fine, because I can put a dark cell here, there, and a light cell there, and then dark cells. That is acceptable. If I put dark cells here, can I do this? Yes, that'll still be fine, I think. So what is the next logical move? If I put a light cell here, that would have to be a light cell. Which means that would be a dark cell, which means we would have to do this. Ah, there's the problem. Okay. Dark cells. This is the correct solution now. Let's go there. Okay. Puzzle solved. I think we've done everything in this maze now. We still haven't gotten the matchbox from the maze at the beginning of this whole area. The one down here. So the question is, Where is the other piece of that matchbox? We kind of have to, like, look around. Now I'm, like, way over in this corner. Like, will we have, like, the weirdest, terrible angle? Oh, I can't even see the maze from there. I'm trying to see if I can see it. I'm just trying to find a really terrible angle and see if that illuminates anything for me. I could be seeing it from here somehow. Is that right? Or maybe just from here. Really aren't a lot of great angles to see into there. So I wonder where the red one is. That is going to be the quest. Oh, there's also this maze I just never did. Dead end. Oh, there we go. There's plenty of puzzles here, but I am mostly just looking for the way out on the first pass. This doesn't seem like the way out. Hold on, how did I get here? Let's get back out. Let's retrace our steps. Dead end. Go-Go Gadget Bitrate Destroyer. How did I get here? I think it was this way around. So let's go this way this time. I'm not doing the wandering. Go right. Here we go. There's apparently a way in here too. Okay, the thing, this guy is going to, like, he's just gonna go straight through the wall. Alright, we have to kind of know where he's going ahead of time, which is not my favorite way of doing this type of puzzle. Because instead of it being... Oh, he's all the way over there. Okay, so... Yeah, we have to be like, oh, I know exactly where he is. This is not a puzzle you solve on the first try in any world. There. Okay. What else do we got in this maze? We got some star puzzles. We can take care of these logic grids. Don't make squares, and don't make the 4 in a row. No 4 in a row. No checkerboards, because you got to connect all dark and all light cells. No 4 in a row. No checkerboards. No 4 in a row. No squares. So let's see what direction we go from there. One of those two's got to be light cell. Are there any other... Oh, no 4 in a row, so this is in fact a white cell. No checkerboards. But I can do 4 in a row white as long as I like. Oh, hold on. Let's just mark this one. This one could be a dark one because we can make dark squares. That's totally fine, but then we'd have to do both of these. Or both of these. These are both the same color, whatever they are. This is light. Dark, that'll force that to be light. This is light, it'll force that to be dark. Would this be dark? No, that'd be light. Light. This forces light and light. This forces... This could be dark. That would be dark. That'd be dark. I don't know. I don't know what this part is. Dark cell. Is there any way this is a light cell? You'd have to have dark cells like this all the way around. So yeah, that's not going to work. We can't make that in a row. And the way the outer edge is going to go is we can't alternate. We have to have one and then the other. So light cells are going to go all the way around. So if this is a light cell, we're in trouble. So that's a dark cell. One of these two is probably a light cell. The most I have is this. In fact, that's the most we can have. We can have it go this way or that way. Which means all of these have to be light cells. I think that's just how it has to go. Yeah. that. This is how it has to go. Okay. This can only go so far. Is there where this is a dark cell? Probably. This could be... I think we have to have this. Yeah, I think the trick was knowing about that outer ring. Is there any other puzzle on this side? Don't think so. Let's head down here. There it is. That's the one. So I need an angle that will see this and the other... Oh, it's somewhere... It's like being on top of this. This to there. That's it. Nice. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. But a mastery. What did I earn? Oh, lore fragment. Silver esteem. My thoughts returned to the known realm. I called out to the other Aurorals, my voice rippling with pride through the known. I invited them to walk in my garden as I had in theirs. Cool story, bro. What did I just unlock? I got head markings. I just unlocked this one. Silver esteem. Ah, finally. That's how I actually look in real life. So, here's another puzzle. No checkerboards, no white squares. Dark regions of Area 4. Well, this is going to cause a checkerboard. So that's a light cell. That will overload. This would cause a checkerboard. This would not cause a checkerboard. This would not cause a checkerboard. There's one of those two, so that is a light cell. This would cause a checkerboard. This would not cause a checkerboard. It's fine. This is also fine. No checkerboards means you can't do anything there. No white squares means at least one of these two. Well, if I did this, we would need to not... There needs to be a dark cell somewhere in here. So if I did this, one of these two is a dark cell, and there's no way to do it without connecting out there. So this is how this has to go. That's how that has to go. No checkerboards. It's going to do this. Now there has to be dark cells there. That has to be dark cell. No checkerboard is going to make this one finished. No checkerboard. There we go. No checkerboard. This, one of these two is dark cell, which means this is. That is how that goes, and we're done. That was pretty cool. Now let's see if I can get to you. Don't make the... Okay, so we have to have rectangles. And we can't do a checkerboard. So let's see here. So... whatever this is, that's the opposite. So if I did this, for instance, we would have to... What do we get from that? We don't get anything from that. If I do it this way... Seems like I just do opposites of whatever I did before, right? Light, dark, light, dark. Any of these the same. I filled in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. So I have a checkerboard here and a light square. Checkerboard, dark square. So literally no answer from that. What if I did this? Let's start here. We would have to do this. We could make this happen. We could make this happen. This doesn't tell us anything yet. What if I do a light? I would have to make that a light as well, which would force this. Force that. So if I make this light, we have a checkerboard here. If I make this dark, we have a checkerboard here the other way around. So I don't know for certain. This, if I make this a checkerboard, I don't know anything. I also don't know anything here. What if I could do that? Which would require this, which would require these, which would require that. So I know I can't do that. I could do it this way. No. So I don't think these can be white. I think that is going to force me to do... Yeah, it's going to force this here. So I think these have to be dark. Which means this can't be a dark cell, because then we have this issue. In fact, if this is a dark cell at all, we either have this issue again, or we compound the issue. What if it's this way? Yep. So that's a light cell. These are dark cells. Do I do this? It's possible. If this is a light cell, we have an issue. So that's a dark cell. So we do have checkerboard so far. I don't know. I don't know about this. We can't... One of these ways, this is fine, this is fine. Well, if I make a dark cell here, we have to do this. Which means we have to do this. Which so far does not work. Does work. But we have to block it here. And that's it. I felt like I just had to guess. I felt like there wasn't a lot of logical inference and stuff there. Was that everything on this lower level? I think so. Let's head up to the upper one, which I think was this way. No, it's not. It's this way. It's, Oh, I was right the first time. It's this way. Let's see what we can find over here. Another one of these guys. Where are you going? No. There we go. Okay. I just guessed he's going to be far cornered. Alright. Don't make 3. Don't make that. So it's got to be rectangles for light cells. This is fine. Dark cells can do whatever I want. Dark regions of area 5. So if I do this... Well, let's say if this is a dark cell, and these are dark cells, we're in trouble. This is a dark cell. These have to be light cells. But we can't... Oh, we can't... It doesn't matter. It has to be straight lines. White cells have to be straight lines. Which means if this is a dark cell, we're in trouble. So this is how this is going to go. That has to come out. Which means that is just checkerboard land. This won't do... This is fine. This has to be that. So we can have one, or we can have one there. This can't be a light cell, because then we would overload. So... one of these is a dark cell, but only one. What if... No, we can't... Oh, right. It can only be two in a row at most. I can bring it out that way. I don't know. If I do this... That's fine so far. If I do it this way... That's also fine. Let's say if I put this here. I could do this. Which would force that to connect. I don't know. I'm just... No. Hold on. If I force these to connect, I can't have this piece. I'd have to have a white piece here. So this one is forced. That's okay. If I did this, I would have to do that. That's fine. I don't know. Just weird. Again, I don't like the ones where they try to be too clever by half and give you these weird patterns, because they end up with solutions that just feel icky to solve. I don't feel like I'm being a genius. I feel like I'm guessing until I find something. No dominoes, no 4 in a row. Well, connect all light cells. So if I did this, I would have to bring these through. Whereas if I did this, it doesn't matter. If I did this, I would have to bring this out. I do feel like I'm guessing again. This is an important piece to not be a dark cell. I don't know why. Well, let's suppose we put something down here. No, it doesn't help. Which suggests to me this isn't a dark cell, because if we had to work out this as a dark cell, that's going to make this light anyway. So maybe if we do this... Okay. Now, where do we go from there? We can do this. No, we can't. There. Yeah, the reason I started here was I thought, if this is a dark cell, we're going to make that one light anyway. So the fact that they made it light, so there's not even a possibility of making it dark, meant why would I pick this one to be a dark cell? We already know that cell. So that was me sort of using meta inferences, like thinking like a puzzle designer, like why would I give a hint? I wouldn't give a hint to something that is already able to be known from the puzzle itself. So there's got to be another puzzle here somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe we've got them all. We've got some time. Every part of my body's in pain, but we got some time. Oh, there's a whole nother maze here. That's right. This one. I never even started this one. I'm not going to touch you. Okay, I'm not touch you. Maze time. No. Maze time. No. There. Ah. Okay. So let's try that again. So we want to get you. Oh, he's just leading us through the maze the normal way. I'm hearing a lot of stuff happening, so let's more methodically approach this maze. We've got this 1-star puzzle. Don't make squares, connect all light cells, all dark regions of area 2. Ah, so if this is your light cell, we have a problem there. That's the dark cell. And now those are... those are just handled like so. Light cells are connected, which means these are light cells. These can all be light cells, so it's not necessary to go through here. In fact, if we do go through here, this can't go there, so that does have to go like that. This can't be here, so it does have to go like that. Okay, so that comes down through here. We don't want to make squares, though. This seems like the way to do that. No. Yeah, so this was that way. No squares means one of these two. Well, it won't be these two. Can't be like that. That's right, this does have to come out that way now. There. I was just doing a lot of bumbling about till I got something. Can't do this puzzle yet because I need to do the one underneath it, which means I need to go... Oh. There's more. Ah, there's something there too. So I do need to go down to there. Connect all light cells. Don't make squares. This can't go down here because then it'll overload no matter what. Dark regions of area 3. So I could do this. No, I can't. So that's not going to connect there. That's going to connect. Okay. That'll overload. That will overload. Connect the light cells. No squares again. This will block light cells off, so it has to be like this. This is a possibility. This is a possibility just fine. One of these two is a dark cell, so it's not going to go down that way. If this was a dark cell, what happens? That happens. So that's a light cell. So we do have this. Can't do that. So this is how those go. That has to come up. I think this has to be like that. Neat. So now I have to go back down. Where's that? I'm hearing. Is it above me? Ah, it's below. There's that. Make another pass through this puzzle. Is there something? There's something there. There's one there. Okay. Now I can solve this puzzle. 4. It has to do at least that. No squares. Dark regions of area 4. One of these has to, so those two have to be. That forces this out. This is possible. If we do this, though, we're blocked off. So, in fact, this is the only thing we can do. This is fine. That's fine. Where else do we go from here? This can go up once, but if this went up, though, what would we do? Well, let's think about this. If I do this guy, we have to do that. We can't do that. So we'd have to do it this way. Which means we'd have to do that. So far it's possible if I do this. But I don't know if it is correct to do this. Yeah, it is. That was me just guessing and then hoping it worked out. This isn't below me. Where is that? Ah, here's a 3-star puzzle. This would effectively do nothing. Connect all light cells. Oh, it has to be there because dark regions of area 5. So this can't connect. So there's going to be a dark cell somewhere in there. This can't go all the way. Oh, no squares. No squares, right. So that is set. This can only go one more space that way, so it must go that way. Okay, that has to go that far. Dark cells connect. This can go all the way up. It's fine. Actually, it can't, because then we're going to have trouble. So we're going to go up one more space that way. So it does have to come out there. This... One of these two is dark, which means that one is. So we do have this going on. This is possible. It's also possible to do that. It won't be that for sure. That has to be blocked off. Here or there? What's the... Well, if we do this... Well, if we do this, we force it to be like this. Right? So I think this is how it's going to be. I think that's where we want to be. Okay. So how do I get this there? Is there another way up that I'm missing? This is down to the end of the puzzle. Ah, go at the back this way. I think that takes care of everything inside of there. Yeah. I think that's all. Oh, hey, there's some rings. Is that all of them? I think so. 118. 2 more puzzles, and I will have solved 120 puzzles on this place. Oh. Let's look up high. Oh, hold on. I have these sightseers here. Let's give these a try. Sentinel stones. We're going downstairs. That's where those were. This is a terrible, terrible view of them, though. Oh, no, I'm stupid. Sentinel stones were not downstairs. Sentinel stones were, in fact, upstairs. So how did I get back up again over here? It was the rolling blocks that were downstairs. So these are one of these guys. But how do I know which one is which? Like, that is so crazy. I need to see, like, a billion of them. Maybe over here? It's just, it is literally just a minefield of these. No. How am I supposed to know what that one is? There's a line between, like, brilliant and evil. This feels like we're just being evil here. I need to see 4 in a line here. Through here? No. That's the number I'd see, but like... Ugh. I'm not gonna like this one. I just feel it. I'm not gonna like this puzzle. The whole point is I need to be able to see landmarks, and I just don't see anything with this. I don't think it's this particular puzzle, right? Because in order to hit this, I need to see 4 individual sentinel stones in a row. And this one only see like 3 in a row. There's 4 in a row here, maybe? No. This is 4 in a row, but I think they're not spaced right. I would be getting some kind of confirmation if I had this. here. If I come from this angle, no, they need to be right next to each other. Here. That only sees 3. Like, it looks like I need to have 2... Looks like I need to have 4 that are rather close together. And that I just don't see happening. This is the closest, but, like, these are the wrong direction. This sees 4. In order to get the angle right, I need to be, like, here. Like this sort of thing, but they're just not enough close together. Yeah, this one's frustrating and not fun. Because it's just no reasonable landmarks here to use as ballast or whatever. Like, I can't... I just see random gunk. So I definitely need to have one very close to me. And then the second one needs to be right behind it. And the third one also needs to be, like, right behind that second one. Like, this sort of thing. But... This isn't right. Where am I going to find 4 of these sort of in a row? This doesn't really have any 4 in a row. Like, this is closest, but it's not it. Right? To get the angle... This gets the angle so you have the first 2 in place, but the other 2 are not. Right? But this has 4... but the fourth one would need to be further to the right. Yeah, I'm just flailing around with this sightseer. Really not happy with this one. This is definitely a puzzle designed by somebody who just is like, this'll get them, rather than designing like a puzzle. Not good design as far as I'm concerned. I just keep feeling like my best shot is like these 4, but they're not arranged in a way that I can see. Like, this would be the arrangement here, but it's not telling me I'm close. See what I mean? Like, here's 4 in a row, but the furthest one out would need to be over there. This doesn't work because now this... So it's not those. Like, the first 2 need to be close together. There's no way those first 2 aren't close together. So here's 2 that are close together. But any arrangement that sort of puts them doesn't have stuff in the background. Doing it this way... Yeah. These 2 are close together, and it's like my best shot so far, but this isn't right. The game would be telling me if I was close. There's no other sentinel stones in this level. These 2 are, but they're not at all right. These two are close together. But in order to get a shot like the one I see here, I'd have to be like, yeah, looking the wrong way. These aren't close together enough. These aren't close enough together. Neither of those. Neither of those. So it cannot be this one. It just can't be. But if it's here, then where is it? It's not here. This is the closest I've got for the first one, but it doesn't... The first two, but there's not enough out in front. These two are close together. It's also tantalizingly close to correct, but that isn't correct either. It's not looking at it the other way, because there isn't an angle to do so. It's like I need 4 in a row that are zigzags, but where the hell are they? This one can't be it either. There's no set of 4 in a row. This isn't quite there either, because I only see the 3 of them. The third one would need to be further to the left. But there's no way to get that angle. So it's either this corner or the other corner, but I can't find an angle on any of them. Where there's a zigzag. Like, I'd say this is a zigzag, but it's the opposite. It's right to left. And I still can't see through the two. This is close, but apparently no cigar there either. Right? Like, look at this. You got 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, but the fourth one in the background of this picture is closer to the center. The third one's also closer to these. So it's like 4 that are close together. We got 4 close together here, but they're not zigzagged, and they're in the wrong arrangement. These are the only sentinel stones in this place. I don't know. I've wasted like 10 minutes on this one. And it isn't like, oh, it's a clever puzzle, I gotta figure it out. I don't think it's a clever puzzle. I think it's just bad. I think this is just bad. Like, can you tell what you're looking at? There's so much gobbledygook in the frame. Like, I don't know what is in the background. It's just garbage. I'm gonna do a puzzle that was designed by someone who is smart at puzzle design. Let's see. This, like, here's a landmark. I see floating bricks. I see... This is downstairs. So I'm gonna look for floating bricks here. It's a 1-star puzzle in a corner, which is this corner, I believe. So let's get on here. Maybe it's here? Yeah, so that one's easier, but like, you could tell there was a landmark I could use. to orient myself. Where it seems like somebody at the HQ here was thought the way to make a hard puzzle is to actually just make it impossible. You have to guess. See there. I see sentinel stones. I see floating bricks. I'm going to look for sentinel stones and floating bricks. It's going to be up higher, though. So let's get way up. So this is a possibility. Okay, I got 120 moments. Excruciating with that. I'm going to keep doing some of these sightseers. Hopefully they're not all terrible. Well, so far they aren't all terrible. This one requires me to look outside the pyramid. So let me find the islands that in particular they're looking at. Looks like Autumn Falls, which is this direction. So that's the island I'm looking at. So I need a vantage point. I need to be on an island with a tree. Like this sort of thing. Do I need to be a lower one? Quite possible. This one. There. That one's pretty clever. Ooh, this is a maze, but I don't think it's one I've done. Because there's a maze downstairs I didn't do. This is just a view of... is it Autumn Falls again? Or is it Lucent Waters? It's that view. But I think I need to be on top of, maybe on this corner when I'm looking at it. See what I mean? Is there another... maybe on top of that. Hold on a second. This has a little golden thing in the corner. There is no little golden thing in the corner what I'm seeing there. So where's a corner of glass that doesn't have that? I think I actually need to be further up then. I might need to be up on the upper level. That might be it. I might need to be here and then looking out this corner. That's it. That actually got me good. That's good. Okay, some more. Oh dear. So I'm looking at Verdant Glen underneath me. There's a temple I'm looking at. Which is where? Am I looking at a temple? Oh, what's that? Oh, that's the maze I started. So, that temple? No. That temple? This is actually pretty tricky. I think... oh, I think it's, the temple over here. Which might require me to start the puzzle over, because as soon as you look at the map, the game drops your item. So I might need to be looking at it from this side. Where is it? You know what? Maybe I need to be at the upper level. That's the one. That's the temple. I need to be up higher? I need to go through this maze again. Hold on, how did I get in the maze here? Well, let me get through this maze. This was the maze you had to go down until you found the way up. This can't be right either, because we're not looking through glass, unfortunately. But, like, that's the temple. Is there a way to be... hold on. Did it drop my thing, or am I still holding it? I'm still holding it. It's so distorted. Is there any way to stand? Maybe it is lower down? Maybe I need to be on the lower level. So, like, this one is tough, but I feel like it's more fair because it actually gives me landmarks I can use, and it's not just, here's something really close up. It could be anywhere. Have fun. Ah, the thing on the left side of the circle is that. I need to be over here. Stop doing that! And I can't do a shortcut to get rid of it because then it will... No. I need to have it at this angle. Is it further out? Oh, I can't tell what it is anymore. There it is. Dang, that's probably my favorite one of this set. Okay, do a couple more. There's still this one here. This one here is badly designed. This one here is a place I haven't been yet. I'm looking at one of the Great Pearls, and it has to be Verdant Glen because it's the only one that's close by. So I'm looking at that one, I think from a higher angle, so let's get to the upper level of the maze. I need to be further back. Hold on. Look at the bottom of this. There's stones. I do need to be lower down. Also, there's a hidden pentad. Oh, I did that one already. I did the hidden pentad. Never mind. There's stones, which means I probably need to be up here. Yeah. Look at that. Haha, you tried to trick me, but you are unable to. That one I'm going to ignore as well, because I'm not sure if I've done that maze yet. This, I'm looking at the bottom. I'm looking at one of the temples, but I think I'm at a low level. I think I'm looking at this arch? No, it's got to have a matchbox on it. Doggone it! It's not this one. No, because it's got too much mountain stuff in the background. So maybe I'm gonna try a lower level real fast. And we'll see what we get from there. Like, we have that gate. This looks like the gate. But I'm closer because the tree... Look at where the tree is. Look how far the tree is out here. No, I'm farther away. So I'm farther away. but I can see I'm at level with this. God, now I have to wait because if I press tab to get rid of that subtitle, I lose the sightseer. Honestly, really shitty idea. Really shitty design. That should have been designed so that if you're holding a sightseer or doing some kind of puzzle, those subtitles cannot appear on your screen. Because it is excruciating to have to sit through that. So I think all that's left are the two mazes I don't know and the puzzle that was designed by an idiot. So I'm going to end things there. It's been over an hour, geez. I really enjoyed that except for a couple of those puzzles. We still have not cleared out the pyramid. There's a lot of puzzles in here, but we're at least a little closer. And with that, I bid you all adieu. Have a good day.